This is continuing in my series of Saturday Superlatives, and now I need to talk about the receivers. That's tight ends as well as wide receivers. I'm going to sort of deviate from my normal practice and just talk a little bit about Kyle Fitz. Now, he unfortunately wasn't able to finish the game, but he deformed, he warped what Georgia wanted to do in such ways that he created so many opportunities for other people that though he didn't have a great game and he ended up being knocked out of the game because of a head-to-head clash, you could just see how much teams worry. And he just opened things up in the run game. He opened up things for other people in the pass game. So, sort of an honorable mention for Kyle Fitz, though he would not have qualified just based on his actual performance. But guys who did qualify based on actual performance, one is Rashad Bateman. Now, once again, he's not sneaking up on anybody. I think everybody knows how good Rashad Bateman is, and still he manages to dominate. 10 catches, 154 yards, and 1 TD. And once again, even though he had a really good game, he also created opportunities for other people in the passing game. I have to mention Maryland's exciting, young, very young, true freshman, Raheem Jarrett. And I don't want to start comparing people to guys who are in the NFL, but he's a guy who will be in the NFL, and he's the best Maryland receiver, certainly since Stephon Diggs. 5 catches, 144 yards, 2 TDs, and as Tulia Tungavaloa develops, and those two guys develop together, things are coming. Speaking of guys who have great sort of relationships and chemistry, I have to talk about 2 wide receivers at Indiana. I'm going to start with the guy that's sort of the more overlooked of the two, and that's Tyrese Fryposal. Once again, remember the all-name team. I mean, between Whop Philor and Tyrese Fryfogle, 2 great names. But 7 catches, 142 yards, a touchdown, and he made not just catches, but wow catches. Just tremendous body control, great hands, amazing concentration. There's a place for that guy in the NFL. And here's a guy that some people are comparing to Jordy Nelson at BYU, and that's Conor Romney, and I guess it's because he's 6'2.5" and white, but also he can run. It should be mentioned that he's not. People sometimes form certain assumptions based on what a guy looks like. Don't be fooled. Conor Romney can run people. I'll be shocked if he's 4.54. I think that's on the high side. I wouldn't be shocked if he's 4.48. He can run. SMU's Tyler Page stepping up. Obviously, they've lost Mr. Roberson, who was one of my favorite receivers in all of football. So Tyler Page, hats off to you, stepping up and filling that void. 9 catches, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, a terrific day. And he's helped his draft stock a lot. He was a guy that I think would have been, invited to a camp. I think now he's at least a priority undrafted free agent, and he could work his way into being a late-round draft pick. I talked about Drake London before, and I will never stop talking about Drake London. I'm a big fan, obviously. He's a big-bodied receiver who's probably, maybe not a blazer, but faster than he looks because of the long strides. And once again, body control, hands. What do you expect from a basketball player, right? 8 catches, 125 yards, a touchdown, and then I guess an assist on the Brew McCoy touchdown where he tipped it to him, volleyball style, but just an amazing athlete. Like I said, the hands, the body control, great. Another tight end I do want to mention because I'm going to give him some love, and he's been flying under the radar, I think, for far too long. So, and he's a what do you call that? A legacy at at Colorado. Brady Russell at Colorado is the nephew of second-team All-American and first-team All-Conference linebacker Matt Russell. And his whole family is full of football players. He looks like a football player. And he's got the resplendent locks and everything. So he looks like a lot of people. But mostly he plays like a beast. About 6'2 and 3/4, about 254 pounds, but can run. He also can block. 5 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. And I think you're going to see him grow and grow in the passing game. So those are my pass-catching superlatives. And there's so many great receivers. This could be a 20-minute video, but it shouldn't be. So I'm going to stop it there, but there's lots of other guys. And I'll move on to the defense.